What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Vasiliy Lomachenko takes on Luke Campbell, O2 Arena in London tomorrow. Pound for pound king. And let him call it, let him tell it. Vasiliy Lomachenko is going to try to become a unified champion at 135 pounds as he puts his belts on the line, the WBA and the WBO, and fights for Luke Campbell's WBC belt. So that's they clash tomorrow, and this fight is going to boil down to, can Luke Campbell keep Lomachenko at a distance? That's what's going to boil down to. If he can keep it at a distance, it's going to be a competitive fight. I'm not saying he can beat him even at a distance, actually outpoint him, but he has a better chance if the fight is at a distance. He's the taller guy, got the longer reach. He's going to have to use his jab, use his combinations. Every time Vasiliy Lomachenko try to get inside, he's going to have to tie him up, push him off, and try to get the fight in the center of the ring. Because Loma's going to try to walk him down. You know, that lets you know how special Lomachenko is. He's going to try to walk down the bigger fighter. But that's exactly what Lomachenko is going to do. He's going to try to walk him down, get inside, and where he can use his his lethal combinations and his body work. He's going to try to up the tempo. He's going to try to make Luke Campbell fight at a real breakneck pace. What I mean by breakneck pace is a real fast pace, something that he's not used to fighting. You know, Luke Campbell, like a lot of fighters, want to fight at a certain pace. Lomachenko is going to make him fight at a higher pace than he usually wants to. And Lomachenko knows that if he can get you fighting at his pace, which is a breakneck pace, you will be subject to make mistakes because you're not used to fighting at that pace. You're going to make a mistake and maybe leave yourself open to one of his shots, and that's how he can hurt Luke Campbell and possibly stop him. So I think that's what it comes down to. Can Luke Campbell, again, can he keep the fight in the middle of the ring, and can he keep Lomachenko at a distance where he can use his height and reach advantage? I don't think he's going to be able to do that because I think Lomachenko is going to be able to get inside. I don't think Luke Campbell is going to be able to hurt Lomachenko, have enough power where Lomachenko will be hesitant to get inside. He don't have that type of punching power. He hasn't shown that at lightweight, so that's going to be the problem. But that's his best chance to try to keep it at a distance. Now I've heard that he's been training 3 guys at one time to get ready for Lomachenko. That's a bad situation if he is doing that. I don't know if he was just talking or he actually sparring 3 guys at the same time in the ring. That's not gonna get you ready for Lomachenko. That's gonna get you beat. That shows me that you're mentally beat already. So hopefully that was just something just to throw out there. But if he, it's not gonna help him either way. Now as far as what round I think this fight ends in, I see it a TKO in the 8th round. Like I said, I think the first 3 or 4 rounds it'll be very competitive. As Luke Campbell be fighting in front of his home crowd, he'll be very motivated, big underdog. He'll be trying to prove the doubters wrong. So I think he'll do good, kind of like the Pedraza fight when he fought Lomo. Pedraza had the height and reach advantage too. Pedraza and Luke Campbell are very similar fighters, but I think Pedraza actually is taller and probably, even though he doesn't have power, he has more of a punch than Pedraza has. So that's one thing. But I don't think he still has enough to hurt Lomachenko. But he does. I think he throws a more thudding punch than Pedraza has, and he's a little bit taller. So it will be competitive in maybe the first 3 or 4 rounds. But Lomachenko will slowly close the distance. Pick up the pace. Like I said, make Luke Campbell fight at a real fast pace. Something that he's not used to fighting at, and he'll slowly break him down, and eventually Luke Campbell will make a mistake, and Lomachenko will get him up out of there. TKO, he will drop him, and Luke Campbell will get back up courageously, and try to fight on. But I think the volume of punches, the combinations that Lomachenko will land, the referee will jump in and stop the fight. 8th round TKO. As you know, I predicted the last fight, Sergey Kovalev versus Anthony Yarde. I picked that as an 11th round TKO, and that's what it turned out. I picked it 11th round knockout. It turned out to be 11th round TKO, so I got that right. So now I'm predicting on this fight 8th round TKO, not a knockout. I think he gets knocked down, gets back up. Lomachenko jumps on him, and the referee jumps in and stops it. So 8th round TKO for Vasiliy Lomachenko, and he becomes the unified champion at 130 pounds. And Luke Campbell, You know, he's a solid fighter, but he's just not great at any one thing. He's just solid. And to be a fighter like Lomachenko, you've got to be able to have the power to hurt him and have the skills to implement your game plan. You know, Luke Campbell's got he doesn't really use his jab. He's got to use it today, but when I watched him fight, he kind of used that jab. And both guys are southpaws. But Luke Campbell used his jab as a range finder to land his straight left. And that's what he does. But he doesn't really use that jab to keep the opponent at bay and to make the opponent reset. He doesn't do that jab as fighters like Mayweather use his jab, or Errol Spence. They use their jab as a weapon. He doesn't do that. He uses his jab as a range finder. And I think he's gonna have to show that side of him in this fight. He's going to use his jab, and don't just use it, just throw it out there, just to set your left hand up. He's gonna have to use that jab to keep Lomo off of him. Lomo's a southpaw too, so early on it's gonna be you might even see maybe some feet getting tangled up early on in this fight. You got two southpaws fighting, so it's gonna be kind of awkward at first. But Lomo has fought southpaws before, so he'll eventually, like I said, break down Luke Campbell with his breakneck pace in his fighting, throwing so many punches that you got to defend. And Luke Campbell's going to make a mistake. He's going to be overwhelmed by the sheer volume of punches and the sheer speed of the punches that Lomachenko will be throwing at him. And Lomachenko will get inside. He will cut the distance off, and he will back up the bigger man in Luke Campbell and eventually stop him and get the TKO as the referee jumps in and stops him from taking more damage. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. Holla.